How many of you know what business we're in? What business are we in? What business? What business are we in? I can't hear, I'm sorry. Automotive. Anybody have any other ideas? What business are we in? People business. And isn't it an interesting, how many service people again? Show of hands, nice and high. Service people. Yeah, so this is the part of the program where your eyes kind of roll back in your head, right? Because we have the manufacturer on one side and we have the consumer on the other. And right in the middle is who? Everybody in this room. A lot of people in the car business really look at this as a mentality, right? This us versus them thing. This us versus them thing. And part of what we have to do in the car business is really accept that we're not selling cars and servicing cars and financing cars and washing cars and delivering cars. We're not doing any of that. We're not doing any of that, are we? Sure we are. That's a trick question. When I point, all I want you to do is tell me how many years you've been in the car business. How many years, you're not at your current position, like forever in the car business. We have a grand total? 652. What does that mean?
652 years put into the industry.
So in this room, without me, it's 652. 652 years. Does that not make you feel any kind of power coming in this room right now? At all? Think about that for a minute. When we talk about collection, we're not just talking about the cars we sell. We're not just talking about the franchises. We're not just talking about our locations and our rooftops and our brick and our mortar. How about our people, man? 652 years. 652 years of expertise. So my job is not to do anything other than make sure that we understand that we have a lot of power in this room. So let me tell you a story. Sammy the salesman is somebody that, like anybody else, in sales. Is everybody in this room in sales? Thank you for that, right? Doesn't matter if you're in service, doesn't matter if you're in parts, doesn't matter if you're on the showroom floor, it doesn't matter if you answer the phone, it doesn't matter if you're washing the car, it doesn't matter if you're sweeping. Are you in sales? What are you selling? To whom? What business are we in? People business. So Sammy gets up, it's Saturday morning, he's in the sales department, and he's brushing his teeth, right? Because what do we know about Saturdays if you're on the showroom floor and you come in on Saturday? What do we know about Saturday? What do we know? What do we know? It's busy. Why is it busy? Because everybody's going to buy a car. That's right. And he gets to the dealership early. He goes, I'm going to get him this time. I'm going to get him this time. I'm going to get him. I'm going to get to that sales meeting early. I'm going to get there early. I'm going to get there early. I'm going to get a seat, and I'm not going to sit in the front. I'm going to sit in the back. Because when they get to me and they're like, how many appointments you got for today? I'm going to say, I got 4 appointments ready to go. I got 4 appointments ready to go. And I'm going to make money today because what day is today, sir? It's Saturday. And what do we know about Saturday?
We're making money.
Yes. So he gets there early and he sits there. He's in there for 45 droning minutes. Oh, stop it. Make it stop. And the tooth gets knocked out. But it's okay. Now he looks like a hockey player. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay. And 45 minutes and he finally gets out of there because he has 4 appointments and he goes to his desk. You guys have phones on your desk? You got a little red light that flashes? What is that? What does it do? Messages, right. Sammy hits the thing. He puts in his secret squirrel code, right? And he gets the message and it's his first appointment. It just canceled because he bought a car last night and it's in their driveway. Thanks anyway. And another one, dink, gets knocked out. So he's down 2. He's down 2, but it's okay because what is today? What's today? Saturday. What do we know about Saturday?
Sell.
Right. We're going to make what? Ducats, right? Bam, 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 right? Good, yeah. So now he's all excited because his next appointment is 11 o'clock. And just about 11:15, Sammy to the desk, please. Sammy. Sammy to the desk, please. Oh, no. Hey, Sammy, do me a favor. This guy, and he's friends with the owner, and they do the thing, and they own the thing, and the boats are tied up next to each other. Take them. I got to take this guy out on the road. It's 14 minutes of 11. You're killing me, boss. Don't make me do it. The vein is popping out and the thing, and I'm in the car driving this guy, and he wants to go to his house, which is 36 minutes from the store because he wants to make sure it'll fit in the garage of his house. And then he goes in there and it doesn't fit, but he's still trying to talk his wife into it. And they get into one of those domestic things that you see on Judge Judy and what's going to happen with everything. And it makes me cry because what happens? I finally get back to the store, and as I walk in, who's in with the delivery coordinator, finance manager, business manager, whatever your title is? Who is sitting with that person? My 11 o'clock appointment. And the other guy wrote, and now I got to give up some ducats. And my house deal argued all the way back with his wife about the car, and now he's got to go home and think on it. But it's okay. Another tooth is gone. It's okay because every Saturday the boss buys burgers. And just when the food hits the conference room, Sammy, to the desk, your appointment's here. Son of a... He's 1:30. He's here early. It's okay. Hey, that's good. Hey, yeah, you were referred from... Yeah, and that's great. And you guys are okay. And I'm enthusiastic. And I take him out. And I meet and greet and qualify and select a vehicle and I guest ride. And I sell the service department. And I sit down and we do a great appraisal. And we walk around the car and we touch all of the stuff and the knobs and things and the knobs and the buttons and the scratches and the dents. And we write it down. Well, we go around and around and around. And he gives me one of those subject to deposits, subject to 47 co-signers and a pocket full of cash. I don't know. There goes my lunch, another tooth. In walks the 4 o'clock. His wife left the checkbook, the title to the trade, the insurance policy, everything is at home. They live in North Carolina. She's driving up as we speak. What time do we close on, who's it? What time do we close on Saturday? 6 o'clock, all right. It's 20 to 9. It's 20 to 9. And the lights, and the boss is like, how many? Well, don't shut it off yet, man. The CRM's still alive, and we got to go, and I got to go. And I finally put the deal together, and it's 10:36, and I'm in my car. They're down the road motors. I spotted one. I made more than a mini commission on it. And am I happy? Am I happy? Why am I happy? Who is more resilient than anybody else in the world than a car salesperson? Whether you're in sales, service, parts, it doesn't matter, man. I waited all day to make that unit go down the road. One thing I knew when I got out of school, man, success was not an option, it was mandatory. What was it? Mandatory. That's right, it was mandatory. And along came technology. Couldn't write a manual upsheet anymore. I couldn't handwrite my buyer's order anymore. I couldn't do anything because the technology guys got it figured out. And the technology guys said technology. And the technology people for technology said, what you need here is more technology. And the next thing I know, my life changed before my eyes. I could think about technology all I want, but I'm smart. I know my place in life. See, I don't want to build the rocket ships. I don't want to build them. I just want to fly them. Technology is not the only reason that we succeed, because if we rely on technology alone to do our job, what happens? I can't hear you. I can't hear you. I still can't hear you. What word is that? Fail. Fail. When was the last time you set a goal for you or anyone else? A goal that you decided was worthwhile to you. It didn't have a deadline. Had no deadline. Have you ever done that to yourself? I have. I'll break the ice. I have. And if you're human, if you're a human being, unless you're bionic, if you're human, you probably have done that too. What good is setting a goal for yourself if you don't have a deadline? The deadline could be tomorrow. It could be 5 o'clock. It could be next year. It could be 10 years from now. Don't think for 1 minute that I care about how long out your deadline is. Have the guts to be convicted to your goal. Conviction matters. Conviction matters. Because in a minute, when I ask you to write down just 3 goals that you have for yourself, And I want you to be selfish for yourself, because if you can't be, you'll never be beneficial to anyone in your life. Not one person. It's impossible to be beneficial to anyone in your life if you can't be selfish for yourself. So this is selfish hour, ladies and gentlemen. Okay? I want you to very, 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 very carefully think for a moment. The three things, and on that big piece of paper, first thing I want you to do before you write anything down on the big piece of paper, take the big piece of paper and please write today's date across the top. And don't with the 10, whatever today's date is, 18, and don't put OCT period. Like, there's no place for abbreviation and shortcuts in life. Is there? Is there? Does it matter? Does shortcutting pay off, sir? Never, ever. So now that you wrote the date on the top, I want you to take your time, and now that you've had a chance to think past my ramblings, right? Write down the three that you believe that 5 years from now, you're going to be in a position to have achieved those three goals. Whatever they are, you should be on your second one. And if you've completed your second one, you should write your third. And once you have written your third, I want you to fold that up, and I want you to please put it in the envelope that is in front of you. Now, if you've sealed the envelope, across the front of the envelope, I want you to write out the date 5 years from now, which would be what month? Who can help me? October. What would be the day of the month? 15. Are we all good with the 15th, or is that 5 years plus a day? I want you to take that envelope and I want you to fold it, and I want you to put it in your jacket, in your slacks, in your whatever you want. Get it and put it. It's your personal thing. The bitterness of poor quality remains long after the sweetness of low price. Everybody's so worried about ratings and reviews. Why do we ask for reviews? Shouldn't we be asking people to share their voice with us? Why would we ever ask somebody to review us? I never ask anybody for a review. And don't be shy. If you think that we're a 6 out of 5, go ahead and put that down, man. I don't know. There's only 5. I don't get that. Even in the Olympics, there's 10. How come they only give us 5? Is low price the only thing that sells product? No. And think about every time you've ever spent money on anything in your life, and every time, whether it was the thing you needed at the moment, or the shoes you have on, or whatever it is. And I want you to think about this. Was it always the cheapest price in town? No. Then why do we get sucked in as car people that we have to be the cheapest in town? We don't need to be the cheapest in town always. Every once in a while, we need to be competitive. What I know is this. If you drank the Kool-Aid that unless we're price competitive at $4,000 behind triple net and everything's a mini deal and all we got to do is charge $900 for an oil change, we are doomed as an organization. We're doomed. Why? Why is that? Why?
Can't make money.
Can't make money if we're only holding out for top gross every time. What business are we in? People business. If I spend the time with those people, and the worst thing in the world is it's the lowest gross deal of the month, and I made the sale, and they went down the road motors. Is that not the worst thing that could happen every time I work with a guest? Yes or no? If I'm converting 16% of all digital leads are taking delivery. That's the only metric we could go with the sub-metrics. Dude, I just want to fly the rocket ship. I don't need all this other stuff. I'm a car guy. What do I want to know? I want to deliver 16% of every lead that comes through the door, 16% of the total. I want down the road motors. I do that. There's going to be minis in there, isn't there? Isn't there going to be minis? Right? And I'm going to put cars in the air, and I'm going to change their oil and whatever the boss says the special needs to be. And I'm going to break out my whatever it is, and I'm going to do my menu, and I'm going to go. I'm going to go. You want to make $75 more in a prayer order? Here's an idea. How about we use the menu 100% of the time, without exception, without fail? How about we do that? Well, there's a novel idea. How about we use all 10 steps in the sale process when we're selling a vehicle? Why would we ever do anything other than everything we got? And if you're not well practiced in using whatever tools you have, man, I don't want to invent this stuff. I just want to fly it. I just want to fly it. When I was a salesperson, I was the guy who was the nudgy guy to the factory. Man, I knew how many pounds of paint were on the car. That doesn't sound like it matters. But when you're doing my walk around with me, and I stop at the vehicle, and what do you think of the way the paint looks on your new car, sir? Mr. Nunziata, what do you think about the paint on your car? Does it look all right to you? It should be with 45 pounds on there, don't you think? What do you think that's going to do for durability of your new car? What do you think? You think it's going to last? Is that going to help you with resale value when you come in a couple, 3 years, 4 years to come get another one from me? What do you think? Right? I bet you buy the car for that reason alone. Only kidding. I'm not really kidding. Right? You want to pick up $100 more in an RO? You want to pick up $200 more in an RO? You think you're going to get it by just, there's 7 people waiting. I can't write these ROs fast enough. How are we going to do it? Volume. No. How are we going to do it? Slow down to be effective, be thorough, and take care of your people one at a time. I can get people to pay. I got to get them to want it. And only if I'm able to think about the 4 business principles that our company employs, am I going to be able to remember that? Man, we don't use 5-finger disclosures when we sell vehicles and service and parts. We don't go like this, well, there's your number. We don't do that. We don't do that. That's not how we do it. That's not how we do it. We don't do the top 3 except we don't do that. Do we? Do we? Do we? I asked you 3 times. Do we? Of course not. No. Who could tell me what they think in their mind integrity means to you? What does integrity mean to you? Yes?
Doing the right thing when no one's watching.
Doing the right thing when no one's watching. Can anybody build on that?
Trust.
Trust. Trust? Are you married?
Yes.
Ah. No wonder you use that word. Of course. You're right, Hunter. Trust, man. Okay? How about fair and competitive pricing? Oh, this is going to be a good one. Fair and competitive pricing. Fair and competitive pricing. Going once. Somebody tell me what they think it means.
Price the customer is happy with.
The price the customer is happy. Only the customer.
And us.
So that pendulum swings both ways, doesn't it? Another idea?
Not taking advantage of the customer.
If we can't be fair with each other, regardless if it's customer and salesperson, whether it's doctor, patient, whether it's father, child, mother, sister, if we can't be fair, if we can't be decent, what have we done? What have we done? What have we done to ourselves? Now, how does fair and competitive pricing sound? How does that feel? Put it on, man, like the best sweater you ever had on in your life. Put it on. What does that feel like? What does that feel like? Excellence in service. What does that mean? Who can tell me? What does excellence in service mean? Being the best? Who's best?
My best on the customer's best. The best they've ever had.
That's a big bar, man. Who else? Anybody else? Yes.
Meeting and exceeding the customer's expectations.
Meeting and exceeding. Not only did you do everything I asked for, you were able to give me stuff I hadn't even thought of because I didn't think it was possible. Respect for the individual. Can we make money on people? Is it illegal? Is it fair? Are we decent when we do it? Not if we're being fair and decent, is it? If we can't respect ourselves, how are we going to respect anyone else? Isn't the individual a comment that goes both ways? Are we not individuals? So would you not all be a group that agrees that all of the mores and stuff aside, all of that stuff that people like to yell and scream and fist pound about, if we can't have respect for ourselves and each other, what do you think is going to happen? If you've ever had the honor of writing an obituary and you have nothing but respect from me, nothing but respect from me, nothing. I recently had to write one for my brother-in-law. What a guy. And I volunteered to write the obituary. And then I sat down and I thought to myself, why am I writing this obituary? But then again, I played on all the things that I've ever thought about when I thought about Stephen. And I thought about myself. And I thought about others. And I thought about people that came before me. And I thought about what would my rabbi say? And I thought about what is written in very important works of literature, whether it's the Bible or otherwise. And I thought about what's been published in newspapers. And I thought about all of that. And an hour into this thing, I still didn't get it right. Why did I probably go through 15 or 16 rewrites of this obituary? Why? Can anybody help me? Why did I keep going, no, and start again? Why would I do that? Yes. It was important to me to do what? To get it right. Who said that? To get it right. And what else? What was the other comment? Honor. Honor who? Honor him. Honor him. To get it right. To honor him. Absolutely. It mattered to me. It mattered a great deal. And as I'm sure you could probably tell, I'm a man who is not really, for a lack of words. If you were going to write your own obituary and you were going to leave it somewhere, I want you to think about what's your legacy? It could be a sentence. It could be a short paragraph. You're only going to have like 4 minutes, maybe 3, just to write down some ideas. It could be a couple of bullet points. Grab your pen. Have some fun with it. Go ahead. You want to be fair. You want to be ethical. You want to be righteous. You want to be kind. You want to be giving. You want to be good. You want to be safe. You want to be whatever it is that you want to be. And why would you not want to take a minute and write down something about yourself should somebody one day have something to say about you? I don't know myself that well. I bet if I rewrote an obituary every year, it would change. If you did write something down, please fold it up and stick it in your pocket. I don't want anybody to see it. I don't want anybody to see it. And if you did, thank you for participating. Thank you for participating. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Thank you. Buyers purchase vehicles and or products based upon what they can do, not what a vehicle and or product is. You have that in the F&I office? Of course, right? Theater of the mind. It's easy to sell, so your car's going to break, sir. And I'm going to make sure for the next 5 years or 75,000 miles, and it's going to cost you $2,250 for this privilege, and you want this, and it's going to only increase your payment by $12 a month. Close? Whoever said no gets nothing but $22 a month, $18 and $36 a month. You want that. But just buying a new car so it doesn't break. It's the theater of the mind of what it does. Product knowledge is not just knowing all about your vehicle and or product, but also what it will do. I like to call it the what and so what. I could give a real effective short presentation of a vehicle, right? I could do that. It's got this and this and that and this and that and this and this and that and this and that and the headlight will go woo, wham, bam, 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 bam. If I don't give any so whats, if I don't walk it into how you drive and what you drive and why you drive and all that fun stuff, do you care about anything that I just walked around that vehicle? Not at all. So I have to do that. I have to present properly. Know without any doubt what your vehicle and or product will do. What do you drive, Leonardo? Why? You love it. Give me 2 things that you love the most about that vehicle, please.
Fast and the sound.
Does that matter to you? Yeah. Sounds cool, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Sometimes different buyers want the same vehicle or product to do different things. Know what your buyers want done. Know what your buyers want done. Ask questions and listen to the answer. Being an active listener allows you to present the vehicle. A good analogy to remember is that people don't buy the newspaper. They buy the news. It's one of the oldest things in the world. I'm not an advocate for any specific media. I only care if it what? Works. Well done. Absolutely. Yeah, sure. Why not? A mediocre salesperson tells, a good salesperson explains, a superior salesperson demonstrates. What good is talking about a bottle of water and a cap if I can't go further than just say, there's a bottle of water with a cap. Woo! Superior salespeople inspire buyers to see benefits as their own. Feature, benefit, transition, impact, confirmation. Please take out a clean piece of paper. This is going to get good. Please identify a piece of, don't talk to me about an MX-3. It's not granular enough. That one thing, that should be the feature, right? Now create a benefit to it. Who's got one? Nobody? Nobody? Nobody?
Lane keep assist.
Go ahead.
So lane keep assist, it protects you and your family. So in your blind spot, if you're on the highway, moving into another lane, the car's going to push itself over, warn you that you're transitioning into another lane. So how does that impact you? It saves your family, saves you, protects your car.
So you're never going to have to worry about veering into another lane again.
Correct.
Isn't that the type of safety you're looking for in your new...
XC90.
Isn't it?
Yes, it is, sir.
Good job. Anybody else? One more. One more. Yes.
Subaru's all-wheel drive with X mode. As a benefit, it's the only all-wheel drive. I'm a little hoarse, so
I'm a pony.
dancing around a little. It's nice.
I couldn't help it.
It's the only all-wheel drive that doesn't require a transition. Most all-wheel drives are biased to front or rear wheel. They'll transition power from the front to the rear. As a transition phase, I can relate this to, in your daily life, would you rather prevent yourself from slipping and falling, or would you rather slip and try to catch yourself from falling? It protects your family, keeps the shiny side up, and makes sure that your family gets home safe.
Safety is really important to you, right? Is this something that helped you decide whether or not a Subaru makes any sense? I bet it is. Actively listen, restate or refine, isolate the concern, cushion the buyer's statement by acknowledging the importance. Does that not prove that you were paying attention, that you were listening actively? Address the concern by tailoring products. Gain buyer agreement. Use the transition with that in mind, or anything along those lines. Ask the closing, and that's what you really want, am I right? I wrote a note on my way here, actually when I got here. I always like to try to find something that's very important to me before I get out of the car. And I wrote, and I quote this, and then I'm going to say, go, 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 go. Just do, be, go. Aim high and miss. Aim high and miss rather than aim low and hit. Aim high and miss rather than aim low and hit.